Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Thursday weather update. High pressure is dominating New Zealand, although we do have a break this weekend with a cold front and potentially some severe weather. Heavy rain on the west coast in particular, and strong blustery nor'westers pushing in from about Cook Strait southwards for a time. Then we're back to high pressure. In fact, it looks as though there are at least 3 significant high pressure zones impacting New Zealand this month, keeping it drier than average, except for the west coast, where you do have some rain coming, as I say, this weekend. On the animated wind map today, we've got the misery index. Red means it feels hot, blue means it feels cold, and we're certainly seeing the blue show up around Tasmania, Victoria, South Australia, even out here a bit into Western Australia, all thanks to this big southerly coming through. Over in the New Zealand area, high pressure number 1, because this is high pressure number 2, and high number 3 out in the Indian Ocean, also on its way for this month. So high number 1 parked here, that's driving in a light easterly for northern New Zealand. There was a blob of cloud yesterday up here to the north, that's gone, and so now the skies are much clearer around northern New Zealand as well, and then you've got that northerly flow coming down elsewhere. So rainfall, we've got this low coming in around Tasmania, and it will cross over Tasmania with the biggest totals of rain around Hobart. This is for the next 3 days, and so we are seeing rainfall totals there getting up over 125 millimetres, so that's a fair amount for you. But the rainfall totals inland are not much. If you look at Adelaide and Melbourne and Sydney, those totals are not much at all, and inland areas don't get anything. So this is pretty much localised around Tasmania. So let's take a look at the forecast. Here we are for Friday. There is that low pressure zone and that rain we were talking about being pushed right in over the top of Hobart. The blue line shows that colder air coming in, so Adelaide and Melbourne are also cooler. But in the New Zealand area, a mild morning really, considering the time of year we're in. A number of places will be either in the late single digits or double digits, and the daytime highs late teens into the early 20s, so it is mild, warmer than average by 3 or 4 degrees in the New Zealand area at the moment. Maybe an isolated shower, but nothing much going on Friday. And up in the tropics, a couple of showers, but also looking pretty quiet as La Nina continues to slowly fade away, which is measured way up here. So that's the reason why we're seeing it a little bit calmer than it's been over previous months. Let's go into the weekend, and if ducks are your thing in New Zealand, we've got fog patches around the country. Ruralweather.co.nz if you want to find New Zealand's only fog forecaster. Note the winds though coming in. Nor'west winds are building, so that means temperatures on Saturday in the South Island especially will be going up. And the overnight lows will be mild, double-digit overnight lows on Saturday night ahead of the cold front, the same cold front that's coming out of Australia. There is the low, looking pretty stormy on Saturday in Tasmania. So, yeah, hunker down. A few days of wind and rain and cooler temperatures and snow up on the mountains there, up on Mount Wellington. And as we get into the rainfall for New Zealand, it is not quite the same. We've got heavy rain over here on the west coast. That is actually making it a little bit wetter than average for the west coast, which will be welcome because it's been fairly dry there. Oh, by the way, sorry, this is the 2-day rainfall from Saturday morning. So heavy rain here where there could be a rain warning issued. In Southland, where you're in drought, you've got a bit of spillover, maybe 15 to 20 millimetres over on the western side, but it tapers off to just 5 millimetres as you get closer towards Dunedin, and the North Island is looking mostly dry. That's because that front will really fall apart as it moves on in. Here's how we look on Sunday. There is that cold front, lunchtime Sunday, heavy downpours on the west coast. That's the area where we're likely to see a rain warning, and that rain warning could extend all the way up to the more populated areas. Northwest winds coming in across New Zealand. There's the low exiting Tasmania, and note the southerly part of it being broken away, turning more into a westerly now. That's why New Zealand won't be feeling that cold weather as much. And on Sunday, nor'westers build up, so Waited Upper and Hawke's Bay will be pretty mild in the afternoon with sunny weather. That high keeps conditions pretty calm though at the north of New Zealand. And as we get into next week, in comes that cold front falling apart. You know, if you live in Waikato and you need rain, which is a lot of the region needs rain, you know what a front does in the middle of summer? A cold front that comes up the country usually falls apart and you end up with a bit of patchy light rain or a few showers only. Guess what? That's what you're getting on Monday, I should say. As that front moves in, it's really going to be very little as far as rainfall. You can see what the rainfall totals are at both Weather Watch and Rural Weather to try and work out what is coming through. And over in Australia, a far more settled start to your week with that high pressure zone over the areas that were stormy. And as we take a look at Tuesday, high pressure drifts out from Tasmania. So this is the next big high on its way for New Zealand. And like I say, there's another one out in the Indian Ocean, but this one's coming in. So there'll be a bit of a southerly on Tuesday, a couple of showers here and there, nothing much, mostly dry. And to the top, up in the tropics, no storms, nothing major going on, but the easterly winds continue, and that's going to push big rainfall totals up here. So around Townsville, there could be over 150 millimetres coming in next week. We'll talk about that probably a bit more tomorrow, Friday, as we sum up what's coming through next week for our part of the world. But really, for the New Zealand area, high pressure, more of it is on the way. That's all from me. We'll see you on Friday with our next update for you.